been a blast. Teenage dreams and neon screens. It was all rad, you know what I mean. Like, you know, it's like whatever, together forever. We're never gonna sever. Laughing, sharing our stories clever. We'll take you back. It's like whatever.
Welcome to Like Whatever, a podcast for, by, and about Gen X. I'm Nicole, and this is my BFFF, Heather.
Hello.
So we have some sad news to share.
I'm a sad clown.
She is.
My favorite bird. Well, my second favorite bird. Mm-hmm. I live with my favorite bird. Mm-hmm. But my bald eagle, Jackie, has passed away. Mm-hmm. Found out yesterday.
Yes.
Monday. It's very devastating. I'm very upset about it. I'm going to try not to cry because I've cried several times, especially because all these people keep posting all this like tributes and stuff. I mean, I don't know.
So I know I had heard, I think maybe the day before that, the numbers had dropped
very
drastically,
low.
and they still didn't know why.
She had gotten a blood transfusion. They have an eagle at their rescue that is permanently there. He can't be released, and he is their donor. Yeah, poor guy. I know. So he had given her a blood transfusion, but the anemia, they don't know why. They have done like all the tests for any kind of rodent side and all that. So I don't know. She didn't have any, they didn't have any lead. There was no lead poisoning, which is typically where it comes from. But the anemia had she wasn't going to come back. And one of the things they did say, which was true, was had they not rescued her, like if she had gone somewhere, because typically they just go away into the woods somewhere and die. Right. And she has clearly been sick for a while because she was severely underweight. Mm-hmm. They said that the good thing about this is all of the humans that have been following her will be able to have closure, because had they not taken her to this rescue and she would have just disappeared and we would have never known, definitively what had happened. Definitely. So we all get closure. They said she was going to die, that they had raised so much money in the time she had got there that she had 9 veterinarians to herself. That's how, when I said this poor raptor center when she died was probably like, fuck, like this fucking bird. What, we're gonna get so much hate, and like, because people are jackasses, and we're like, they need to let her go and blah blah blah. And the cam is called Friends of Big Bear, and the lady on there came on and was like, look, I'm gonna be very graphic with you as to what would have happened if they let her back to her nest. She cannot fly. She would be grounded. Coyotes or whatever the fuck else lives there would have ripped her to shreds. They were like, it would have been, or she would have, just died of anemia, starvation. She was like, it would not have been a pretty death. Yeah. And now we all get closure as to what happened to her, and there's no wondering, did she just leave the area? So I guess, but.
So will you continue to?
Yeah, because now, and that's another thing, like the whole point of this camera is so that you can they can find out what goes on in eagles' lives when no one's paying attention, and it's about educating people. And I think I heard today they said that there are, bald eagles used to be endangered when we were kids. Now there's 300,000 of them in the country. So, which seemed like not as many as I thought there would be.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I see them a lot.
I do too.
But 300,000 still seems like not a lot.
Right.
Anyway, or maybe they said 400,000. Either way, it's under 500,000. So, so it's about educating. And when, I'm sure I said this before, but the area that they live in, of course, it's a beautiful area. It's Big Bear Lake, and across from where their territory was going to be developed in housing and apartments and I guess a marina situation. And we know that all too well here. Well, they have been trying to raise $10 million for I think I saw it like 6 months ago, maybe like back in December, somewhere when the eagles don't go to the nests all year long. They start coming back in like December. They leave this year's babies left right around the same time she went into the hospital. So about 3 weeks ago, they left and they leave the area. They're gone. They done gone. So then they get to find out, what they do. And then they just they don't really come back to the nest at all, really. They have their favorite roost trees and it's in the same area, but they don't use the nest until like December. Then they start coming back and, doing whatever repairs they need to happen through the winter, blah, blah, blah. So now one of the things they'll be able to do is find out whether or not Shadow will stay with the nest because this nest is the nest Jackie was born in.
Right.
Her parents, Ricky and Lucy, she was actually the first eagle to hatch at Big Bear.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think that's also a lot of it, and so her and Shadow have been together for 8 years. She's 14. Was 14. Shadow's a little younger, but they've been together for 8 years. So they've been working on this nest for 8 years. And a lot of it too is Shadow was I get it, they're eagles. I know. Stop putting people traits on animals. I know. But he was like a big goofball. Like there was a couple of times where he would show up with like, they call it fluff, but it's like straw and stuff like that that they keep pushed down in the nest to make it fluffy or whatever. And he would come and he would just dump it on her head while she was like in the nest, and he would just like dump it on, and then he'd come with a stick and like just put the stick right where he would want it, and she would get up and move the stick to where she wanted it, and they would fight over sticks. And then one time he brought a stick and he wanted to take his turn with the net because they take turns sitting on the eggs. And he kept hitting her with a stick until she got up. And then he jumped on them, and I don't know. They were goofy and silly and whatever, But now they'll be able to find out, what is going to happen. Will one of her chicks come back? I think there's a couple that are still alive that are old enough to have. And then this new eagle has moved in. Not the eagle. She was attacked by 2 subadults, which really the only thing that did was put her on the ground where they could get her. So really but those were subadults. They didn't have the white head. There is one that has been in the area now that is banded. So they know all her information. They know where she's from and all that. And her name is KD1. So
yeah, she's a slut.
Yeah. She's got a purple band and she's been in the nest. So now they don't know.
Spending the night.
Yeah. They don't. And she's been seen very close to Shadow. He hasn't been chasing her away. So only will they know in December when his hormones kick in and he's like got to have some babies. So that's an interesting thing. One of the other good things is once she went into the hospital and became national news where everyone was invested, I guess, they did end up finishing off and raising the $10 million that they needed to buy the land so that land will remain untouched.
That's so awesome.
Funny how the rest of the money was given by the owners of an AI center. I suppose that's their offsetting, but whatever. I shall not cast judgment. And now, when she was in the Raptor Center, they were saying, please stop messaging them. They will give us updates when they can. They're very busy. The most you can give them money, like donate to them. And they had just a massive amount of money that came in. And ever since they announced her passing, I have seen the donations that have been rolling in, and it is a lot of money. So that's good. I donated $10. And then I found a rescue here, a raptor rescue in Pennsylvania. That was the closest one. And I gave them $10. So that's all I can give.
Yeah.
And I did what I did.
That's how I like to give, just little things
Yes.
that I see. Like about a month ago during a heavy storm I saw in Philadelphia, man, he was probably in like his 60s and he had like homelessness and addiction issues and stuff, and he was clean now. And he, in his own yard in the city, was cooking lunch for homeless people every day. And he had like a tent and some like picnic tables, And during one of the storms, a huge tree crashed onto his whole thing. So he had a GoFundMe. So I gave $20 to that. Like that's where I like to do my charity is things. I'm like, yeah, that's good. This guy does need help.
When I gave the $10 to the Ojai, I forget how to say it. It's OJAI and it's in California. I gave them 10 and I was like, they're going to be getting mad money. And I don't, if they, I'm sure they need it. But then I was like, I really should find one closer because.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
So I did that. So I don't know if you care at all about an eagle that was in California that has passed away, maybe find a little raptor group, local raptor chapter raptor. That rehab.
You're a poet and didn't know it.
that does good, or some conservation or something. Like there was a and I know you listened to it, the Don and Mike show. And when Don's wife died, it was very sad because it happened here in Ocean City, and he was asking everyone to give her. She was big into animals, and so I did end up giving to the Worcester County Humane Society in her honor. So if you care about a bird somewhere, or whatever, just see if you can find it's every bit of content. That was another thing. They're developing a lot here and encroaching on a lot of beautiful. Actually, with the osprey nest at Cape Henlopen had an issue this week. An eagle came in and snatched the babies out. No. So they lost their babies. I know. Stop watching cameras of birds.
Are you talking to yourself?
Yes. Stop doing it. It's nature. It's brutal. It happens.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
But, that's all part of it. So I will be tuning in to find out what happens with Shadow.
Yes, keep us posted.
I will. It's sad. I'm sad. And I feel a little bit better because some people have been posting, like, why am I so fucking upset about an eagle that I've never even seen in person? And I'm like, yeah. But now I've gone on about it for 12 minutes. So
that's okay.
I'm very sad.
That's good. I hope it helped. Yeah. Hope it was therapeutic.
It will for now, and then I'll be watching TikToks and then they have all these memorial TikToks with sad songs. Stop. Killing me, bro.
Well, staying on the topic of death, it doesn't sound like President Joe Biden is going to be with us for much longer. It's very upsetting news. I'm really upset he won't get to see his library. That makes me sad.
I know.
That really sucks.
I know.
But yeah, Hunter has been saying he's in a lot of pain. It's progressing quickly. Yeah. It's hard to watch. Yeah. So it sounds like.
I know he has. They were here, I want to say around the 4th of July. Jill was at the outlets.
I was going to say, I think I even saw a picture of Jill with somebody like on the boardwalk, but not him.
Yeah, I don't know if he was here. I know she was because she was at the outlets, but
he might have just come and stayed at the house.
He probably has. And I honestly, I imagine that is where he will spend the rest of his.
That would be a lovely place to do.
It's a gorgeous area that he lives in.
It is.
Unfortunately, due to whatever, stop building in areas that you shouldn't fucking be building in.
Yes, exactly.
Eagles die that way. It's terrible.
And one more death. Cooter.
Oh, I know. I saw that.
From Dukes of Hazzard passed away.
I know.
My first thought was, I didn't know he was still alive. Because that show was really old. And of course, he was probably like 20 in that show, but he was playing like a 50-year-old. Yeah. So everybody was so much younger back then than they looked. So there's a Gen X one for us.
I did see that. Not as upset over Cooter dying as a bald eagle, and I don't know. See that? I don't know what that says about me.
Okay,
but because I probably watched him just as much as I watched an eagle from Big Bear, but
recency biased.
I don't know. I think I just don't like people.
Yeah, that too. I went to the retinal doctor yesterday for my annual checkup.
I go to Thursday.
My eyes are still... Well, last year when I went, he said I had the eyes of a 90-year-old. This year, he said I have the eyes of someone 50 years older than me. So that would make it 103.
Yeah. Well, it's not a good direction to go in.
It's very hard to get information out of him because he's a dorky retinal doctor.
Right.
So I try to ask questions and he just can't dumb it down enough for me. But I did learn that I have pictures to show you later, but behind behind the retinal, there's a line, like an orange line that goes around behind the retinal.
Yeah.
And it's just a nice straight orange line. Mm-hmm. Mine is like
wavy
chaos. It looks like an earthquake. So, and I found out those are all bumps. But I have 20/20 vision with my glasses on.
Well, that's good.
Like he's just totally perplexed by my eyes. And so there's dry macular degeneration and wet. And the wet is the bad one. But now I understand what the wet is. The bumps eventually could cause a blood vessel to burst. And when that happens, that's what makes it wet. And that's when the blindness starts.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Is that because blood gets in the way or it just breaks the blood and then it never repairs itself?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm lucky I got that much out of him.
Yeah. So what will happen with your eye? You just will go blind?
So macular degeneration, you have peripheral vision still. So maybe the blood fills the retina.
Oh, so you can see it. That was weird.
Yeah, that's how my grandma was, like, because it skips a generation too, apparently.
Oh, awesome for you.
Yeah, I know. But I remember, like, she would hold, if I showed her pictures, because that's back in the day when we had paper pictures, she would, like, hold it up, like, look straight ahead, but hold it up to the side of her eye so that she could kind of see. So, yeah, good times.
Sounds fun.
I can't wait to go blind. I'm so excited.
I have the eye doctor on Thursday, and I desperately need a new prescription. Yeah,
I don't need that.
I haven't
20/20 vision with my glasses.
I haven't been to the doctor in a while, and I haven't let them do the dilation because I was headed for macular degeneration also, and I don't need to know.
Yeah, I mean, there's not any reason to know.
No.
He can't give me any predictions. It's not like,
more.
oh, the way it looks within a year, or I could live my whole life and not go blind. So, I don't know. But he sure does like to hype it up and make it feel kind of scary. He's just like, I just can't believe the way that looks. He's like, that's like an ancient eye. He said, there are hundreds of bumps on each one. And it's just little back there. I know.
Just genetics, huh?
Yeah, I guess. Yep.
Interesting.
Lucky me.
Oh, you are lucky.
All right. I think we're done with all our bad news for today.
Yeah, it's a bummer. It's Debbie Downers today.
Yeah. All right. So before we get started, like, share, rate, review.
Yes.
Find us where you listen to podcasts.
Yes.
Follow us on all the socials at Like Whatever Pod.
Yep.
We have a website.
We do.
www.likewhatever.pod. I mean, likewhateverpod.com.
Yes. Correct.
Or you can send us an email to likewhateverpod@gmail.com.
Yes.
All right. Let's fuck around and find out about shock comedians.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. All right. And my resources this week are biography.com and Wiki. Mm-hmm. All right. So obviously these are Gen X shock comics. And it was hard to pick. Like, this first one I'd already thought of. The second one I'd already thought of. But when I looked at the list, I was like, shoo, we were listening to lots of raunchy people back in our day.
Yes.
Like, you can't even get away with saying that shit anymore.
No.
All right.
Can I guess which one of them is going to...
Yeah. You didn't look?
Nope.
All right. Which one's first?
I don't know who's first, but I know which one is on the list.
Okay.
Jack and Jill went up the hill.
And that is correct. But you got to wait first and hear about Sam Kinison.
Oh, Sam Kinison.
This story is interesting.
I was never a fan.
Me neither. Not my kind of comedy, but he was wildly popular.
Yes.
And don't answer this question, but do you know how he died?
I do.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know. Okay.
I think I know. I'm not going to answer it, but I think I know.
All right. When we get there, you can tell me if you were right or not.
Okay.
Okay. Known for his crass humor and trademark scream, Sam Kinison received his first break from comedian Rodney Dangerfield.
Also not a fan.
Also not a fan, no, except for in Caddyshack. Oh, and the scene where he gets killed in Juliet Lewis and
Natural Born Killers.
Yes, that one. That's one of my favorite scenes of all time in a movie. So, all right, his
Great movie.
Yes, such a good movie. Oh my god, his popularity grew, earning him appearances on Late Night with David Letterman and Saturday Night Live. In 1988, Kinison received a Grammy nomination for his comedy album. He died in a car accident.
Not what I guessed.
On April 10th, 1992, at the age of 38. You thought drugs, didn't you?
I did.
Yep. That's what I did too. When I read that, I was like,
are we sure that's not a Mandela effect? I just watched a great show about Mandela effects, by the way. I think it was on Netflix.
I just recently saw a Gen X meme that said you did not see a movie called Shazam.
Yeah, you didn't. It didn't exist. It
you
doesn't
did not
exist.
own it.
No. There's a bunch of them on this show that I was like, hold up.
Yeah.
What? No, because he doesn't say, Luke, I am your father.
No.
That Forrest Gump does not say life is like a box of chocolates.
Mm-mm.
There's another one too that I was like, wait a minute. Mm-hmm. And they have a great theory. Anyway, no, I'm not going to talk about Mandela effects because I thought I should do an episode on it because there were so many that I was like, wait a minute.
You really should. Didn't you do? We talked about it on one.
On the Mandela. The
Mandela episode. Yeah. Okay.
But there's some interesting theories on it.
You should.
And it all has to do with CERN.
Mm-hmm.
CERN ripped open the timeline.
I love it. All right. Actor and comedian Sam Kinison was born in Yakima, Washington on December 8th, 1953. Kinison stunned and amazed audiences with his intense comedic performances. No topic was off limits for this controversial comic, and his sharp barbs were often punctuated with his trademark primal scream. People know I'm XXX rated. Obviously, I'm not a role model for impressionable youth.
No.
Kinison told People magazine.
He's not wrong.
XXX is something we don't, X-rated isn't something we talk about anymore either.
No.
I guess it's not a rating anymore. Now it's just porn.
It's an NC-17.
Well, that's R.
Oh, that's above R.
Mm. And then there's just porn. Yeah, okay. The son of a preacher, Kinison spent much of his childhood in Peoria, Illinois. Kinison was only 3 years old when he was hit by a truck, which left him with some brain damage.
Oh, boy. We're lucky he didn't turn out to be a serial killer.
I know.
Washington, state.
Preacher father.
Head injury. Man, that could have gone two ways.
At the age of 12, he experienced another type of trauma when his parents divorced.
Yep.
I know.
Really could have gone.
Perfect. Speaking of serial killers, yes. ID has, it's new to me anyway. I don't know if it's a show that's been on there, but I watch a lot of it and I haven't seen it. So, but I don't think this is what it's called, but it's like lesser known serial killers.
Ooh.
Yeah. And some of it is like really crazy. Like, yeah, there have been a lot of serial killers.
Well, I think
I don't understand why some are famous and some aren't.
I did the serial killer episode. I don't remember what it was called, but yeah, it was there was 800 of them at one time. Mm-hmm. And then now, currently, they think there's only like less than 100 operating. Mm-hmm. Crazy.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive. We grew up in the serial killer era.
Lucky us.
What was the name of that episode? I'll look.
Okay. Sam and younger brother Kevin stayed with their mother while older brothers Richard and Bill went to live with their father. School held little interest for Kinison, probably because he had a brain injury.
For real.
In his early teens, he was quite rebellious, cutting classes and engaging in some shoplifting. Kinison was sent to a religious boarding school called the Pinecrest Bible Training Center in Utica, New York, when he was 15. What was the name of it?
Yes, Virginia, there is a boogeyman.
Oh, yeah.
Great title, by the way.
It is, yeah.
Thank you.
You always, every time. You're so good at it.
I don't know about every time, but when I get a good one.
Yeah. He discovered a passion for music and taught himself how to play guitar around that time. After that school year ended, Kinison returned for a brief stay before striking out on his own. He spent a few years wandering around the country. Mm-hmm. After his father's death in 1972, Kinison decided to become a preacher, which is hilarious if you think about it. His older brothers were already preachers, and Kinison had sometimes played music for them during their sermons. While he took his religious calling seriously, he still had a great sense of humor and was a big admirer of Richard Pryor.
I could imagine that he probably would have made a very good cult leader.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He did kind of have a cult following.
Yeah.
It's very specific type of humor.
Yeah.
Him and who was the guy that talked like this?
Gilbert Gottfried.
Yes. God, I couldn't stand him.
I couldn't stand the persona of Gilbert Gottfried. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Why is he a good person?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I've seen him on other things where he wasn't Gilbert Gottfried.
Was his voice still annoying?
No.
Oh, okay. At the age of 21.
Bobcat, too.
Oh, yeah. Well, Bobcat was in the Police Academy movie, so that.
But he was as Bobcat. He was in Blow, not as Bobcat.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
He has a great story about him being in a room with Paul Rubens and Johnny Depp. And he said when he was sitting there, he was thinking, I'm the only one of us that hasn't been to jail, which is weird. And then he said, you cannot imagine how handsome Johnny Depp is in person. He was like, I'm not gay. Don't even have it. He was like, God damn, that man is handsome.
Did you see he's playing
Johnny Depp?
Mm-hmm.
Ebenezer?
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Is it Tim Burton?
No.
Oh, okay. Are you still going to watch it?
Yeah.
Okay. At the age of 21, Kinison got married for the first time. The union was a brief and unhappy one. By 1977, Kinison was preaching in a rough section of Chicago, but he soon abandoned the ministry to pursue his dreams of becoming a comic. He traveled to Houston for a comedy workshop the following year and ended up staying there. By 1979, Kinison was one of the city's top stand-up performers, knocking out audiences with his rants about marriage and religion. He was often a featured performer at the Comedy Annex. One night, Rodney Dangerfield caught Kinison's act and gave the young comic some encouragement. Mm-hmm. After twice being named the funniest man in Texas by the Dallas Morning News, Kinison decided to move to Los Angeles in 1980 to advance his career as a comic. He ended up struggling for several years, however, as he tried to break into the comedy scene there. Initially performing for free, Kinison became a regular fixture at the Comedy Store, where he met and eventually befriended his such comics as Robin Williams and Jim Carrey. Right. Robin Williams was another one on the shock list.
Yes.
Back in the day.
Yes. He was very raunchy.
Oh, yes.
You know who else was? Bob Saget.
Yes.
Very
raunchy.
Nasty. He has the absolute nastiest, the aristocrats joke, hands down.
Yep.
The
nastiest. He is nasty.
Yes.
He would. I wish I could remember, because shortly after he left America's Funniest Home Videos, which is what everybody knew him from.
That in Full House, yeah.
He was in like a movie or something, and he was...
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember what it was.
People would go see his comedy because he was on Full House in America, and then they would be like, what is happening right now? What is going on? They had Dave Coulier was on something after Bob Saget died, and he was like, people were shocked when they would go see him.
Yeah, it's crazy how tame his career was with his nastiest.
With his nastiest, his humor was, yes.
Around this time, Kinison wed Terry Mars, which proved to be another challenging relationship for him. The couple separated after 2 years, but they did not officially divorce until 1989. Dangerfield gave him his first big break, giving him a spot on his HBO comedy showcase. The special ran in 1985, and Kinison taking over the nation's airwaves for several minutes to share his comic rants about marriage and world hunger. He was warmly received by viewers who had never seen anyone quite like the husky, beret-wearing comic with the razor-sharp wit.
Yeah.
Before long, Kinison was making appearances on Saturday Night Live and Late Night with David Letterman. I remember him on Letterman. I don't know if I remember him on Saturday Night Live.
I don't either.
But
I never really stayed up late for.
I was going to say, if it was in the 80s, I was still a little little for.
I'm still a little now. I have to watch Saturday Night Live on Sunday. I'm a little.
I know. I never catch it. But, well, sometimes on Saturday night, I can catch the 10 o'clock episode.
Sure.
Before the other one. But the past couple times I've been awake that long on a Saturday, it's been reruns with people I don't like.
Yeah.
And I hate that.
I just go on whatever Peacock and watch them.
Mm-hmm.
I can't be up that late. Even though my day off is Sunday, I still can't be up that late. No, it's crazy. That's crazy late.
The following year, Kinison released a successful comedy album, Louder Than Hell, and entertained moviegoers with his small role in the Dangerfield comedy Back to School. He played a college history professor who snaps in the film. That fall, however, Kinison's bash style of comedy landed him in hot water with television censors.
No.
Before his appearance on Saturday Night Live in October 1986, the censors told him not to do his routines about the war on drugs and religion. Kinison, always the rebel, ignored their request and did his act just as he originally wanted to.
Imagine that.
Mm-hmm. Not the only time that's happened on there. While the East Coast audience got to hear his comments, the NBC television network changed the program for its West Coast broadcast. That's why the East Coast is better.
East Side.
Still, the remarks caused quite a stir, leading the show's producer, Lorne Michaels, to ban Kinison from Saturday Night Live. Again, not the only one who's been banned.
No.
Michaels later reversed his decision after the network was inundated with letters and calls from Kinison supporters. They told Lorne to get his panties out of his butt and get over it.
Suck it up, buttercup.
Kinison aspired to make it in films, but he did not have much luck after Back to School. His role in the comedy Three Amigos ended up on the cutting room floor, and his plans to star in another film ended up being scrapped. On the small screen, however, he did well with his first HBO special, Sam Kinison, Breaking the Rules. Away from the spotlight, Kinison became known for his hard partying lifestyle. He was known to drink in excess and use drugs. For much of his career, Kinison lived more like a rock star than a comic, wrote his brother and manager, Bill Kinison, in his book, Brother Sam, The Short, Spectacular Life of Sam Kinison. Kinison was also known for his outrageous appetite for women and had romantic dalliances?
Dalliances.
Dalliances? Mm-hmm. Well, it's alliances with a D on the front. In my defense.
Yeah. I'm not even reading it. So.
With the likes of Jessica Hahn, Penny Marshall, and Beverly D'Angelo over the years. One to bear a grudge, Kinison feuded with fellow comedians Bobcat Goldthwait and Whoopi Goldberg, among others, during his career. Whoopi was also on that list of shock comics. I don't remember her early stuff.
I don't remember her. I only remember her from the HBO when they did the homeless thing every year.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Considering his long-standing interest in music, it was not surprising when Kinison decided to fuse his comedy with rock and roll. His cover version of the Troggs single Wild Thing was a hit in 1988, and the video was played frequently on MTV. That same year, Kinison received a Grammy Award nomination for his comedy album, Have You Seen Me Lately? Not everyone found Kinison funny. See,
I
it wasn't just us.
No. But not because he was raunchy. It was not my cup
No,
of tea.
definitely not. I think it was the screaming.
It was definitely the screaming for me.
Some were put off by his crass and crude style, while others objected to some of the topics he chose to discuss in his act. Many found his rants about women to be offensive. Nothing caused as much controversy as his jokes about the disease AIDS. He received death threats, and some of his appearances were picketed. Around the time Kinison settled a lawsuit with United Artists over his earlier failed film, he received another blow when his younger brother Kevin committed suicide in 1988. He had a very tragic life.
I'll say.
Despite his personal challenges, Kinison continued with his hectic stand-up comedy tours and released his third album, Leader of the Band, Banned, to mixed reviews. The critics praised his comic routines, but they largely panned his musical efforts, which included covers of such rock classics as Highway to Hell and Mississippi Queen. Kinison experienced some difficulties in his personal life. According to the book Brother Sam, he had several car wrecks in 1990 because he was driving while intoxicated.
Get out.
His longtime girlfriend, Malika Sori, was reportedly raped in the Los Angeles home they shared by a man the two had met at a club earlier that evening.
Oh, boy.
I know. Sori shot at her attacker several times using one of Kinison's guns. Kinison was unaware of what was happening at the time because he was passed out in another room in the house. While he never completely quit using drugs or drinking, Kinison did cut back on his outrageous behavior in his final years. He even tried Alcoholics Anonymous for a time. Trying to revive his sagging career, Kinison made a guest appearance on the sitcom Married with Children, which earned stellar ratings. He soon began negotiating with the Fox television network to appear in his own sitcom.
I don't remember him on Married with Children.
I don't either. Kinison starred as the boisterous miniature alter ego of a middle-aged accountant on Charlie Hoover, which premiered in November 1991. While the show only lasted a few months, it helped reignite interest in Kinison. He was reportedly negotiating a 2-film deal with the New Line Cinema when his career came to a tragic halt. On May 5th, 1992, Kinison married his girlfriend, Sori, in Las Vegas. The couple honeymooned in Hawaii for a few days before returning to California so that Kinison could make it to a gig in Laughlin, Nevada. Kinison and Sori set out for Laughlin on April 10th, with Kinison's brother Bill and several others following them in a van. About 200 miles east of Los Angeles, Kinison's sports car was hit by a pickup truck driven by a 17-year-old.
Oh.
He was conscious briefly after the accident. According to Brother Sam, Kinison's final words were, "Why now? I don't want to die. Why?"
Oh.
Which gives me goosebumps.
Yeah, that's pretty sad.
He then stopped breathing, and efforts to revive him proved unsuccessful. At the age of 38, one of America's most distinctive comedians died from his injuries.
He was only 38.
Right?
Wow.
I know.
He did not look like he was only 38.
He always looked like he was
38.
All right. You guess the next one.
The Dice Man?
Yep.
I have a love-hate with the Dice Man.
I do too.
I think it's because I get the joke.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it is. I feel like I get the joke.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Plus, he was in Pretty in Pink.
He was in a lot of things.
Yes.
Actually.
Yes. I think that's why I think that.
I don't even hate his comedy. And this is like a nostalgia for me. We were probably like, let's see, when was he popular? In the late 80s, early 90s. So I was in high school. And I had a lot of guy friends. And of course, all teenage boys loved him.
Yeah.
So hearing them all banter back and forth and tell his jokes and his little one-liners, like that's what I think of when I think of him. So I think, and he never did anything to really offend me.
I think that's
just
I think that's what it is. I think I just got the joke.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
It's not none of the. I never found any. I've never been like clutching my pearls at any comedian or anything. Like I just whatever. I mean,
no,
whatever.
I have seen comedians, and I can't think of anything off the top of my head where they say something, and I'm like, oh my god. And it's happened to me on South Park too.
Yeah.
Sometimes their jokes, I'm like, wow. Like I'm not offended, but I'm just like, holy cow, I can't believe you went there.
There's been some RuPaul's Drag Race where I'm like, whoa, what did you just say? Oh my stars! I wasn't offended, but I was like, I cannot
blushing
believe
a little bit, maybe.
You said that on TV. On the TV.
Yeah, good for them though. And Tosh Point oh, remember that show?
Yes.
He used to say some really bad stuff.
And that's another one. I get the joke.
Exactly.
I think that's what it is.
I was happy to see he still does stand up because
he's on TikTok a lot.
Something I thought, I haven't seen him since he had his show. And I'm like, man, did he get canceled? Because he totally could have been canceled. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I guess he just doesn't do anything on TV anymore. But yeah, he was funny as hell. I loved him.
Yeah.
Andrew Clay Silverstein was born September 29th, 1957.
That's why.
Day after your birthday?
Day after my birthday.
Yeah, of course. Known professionally as Andrew Dice Clay, is an American stand-up comedian and actor. He rose to prominence in the late 1980s through The Dice Man, a leather-jacketed, hyper-masculine stage persona whose profane nursery rhymes and routines about sex, gender, and ethnicity attracted both a large audience and widespread criticism.
Also, my dad used to say the Little Miss Muffet all the time.
We're going to get to my dad's favorite next. Not Andrew Dice Clay.
Right.
Contemporary critics and advocacy groups frequently describe the material as misogynistic and homophobic. Again, we got the joke. So, yeah, you still can't do it now, but
No.
He was a persona. Clay maintained that the character was an extravagant performance distinct from his private personality. In February 1990, Clay became the first stand-up comedian to sell out Madison Square Garden on 2 consecutive nights. His first comedy album, Dice, in 1989, was certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America. And The Day the Laughter Died in 1990 reached the top 40 of the Billboard 200. That year, he hosted a controversial episode of Saturday Night Live and starred in the comedy mystery film The Adventures of Ford Fairlane. Remember
Yes.
that?
That was the one where he tore up the picture of Sinead O'Connor, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah. That sounds right. Clay later received praise for supporting performances in Blue Jasmine, A Star is Born. The cast of A Star is Born, including Clay, was nominated for the Actor Award for Outstanding Performance by a Cast in a Motion Picture. He starred as a fictionalized version of himself in the Showtime comedy series Dice, which ran for 2 seasons from 2016 to 2017. His later roles include the miniseries Pam and Tommy, the sports drama Warrior Strong, and the action comedy The Pickup, which I don't know any of those.
I don't either.
Clay was born Andrew Clay Silverstein. I already read that. In the Sheepshead Bay neighborhood of Brooklyn, New York. Really? He's from Brooklyn?
Get out.
Never guessed.
Never in a million years.
His parents were Jacqueline and Fred Silverstein. His father was a boxer and real estate agent, and Clay has one older sister. He was raised Jewish, in case you didn't know, by Silverstein. Clay began entertaining relatives with impressions when he was 5 and took up the drums at 7, influenced by big band music. He attended James Madison High School. During the 1970s, he worked as a drummer at weddings and bar mitzvahs in the Catskill Mountains, performing under the name Clay Silvers. That's a pretty cool name, too.
Yeah.
After returning to New York, he attempted unsuccessfully to form a big band. He briefly attended college before leaving to pursue entertainment full-time. Clay has cited Elvis Presley, Fonzie, John Travolta, and Sylvester Stallone as formative pop culture influences.
No.
Again, never would have guessed.
Never.
Clay began his stand-up career in 1978 when he auditioned at Pip's Comedy Club in Sheepshead Bay, which turned into a headline spot at the venue the next week, billed as Andrew Clay. His act was mainly impressions, including a character named the Dice Man, based on Jerry Lewis as Buddy Love from The Nutty Professor, which transformed into John Travolta's character Danny Zuko from Grease. It took him 3 weeks to prepare the act. A picture of him on stage during his early sets at Pip's was described in a baggy white shirt, pants rolled up to his knees, and a pair of thick glasses, with a black leather jacket underneath the shirt so he could seamlessly switch to his Travolta character when the lights went out. With his new act, Clay graduated to larger and more prestigious comedy venues, including the Improv, Catch a Rising Star, and Dangerfields. He recalled his father being supportive of his act during one performance at Dangerfields. He knew it was different right off the bat. He saw it worked. The persona was more of a shock to his mother, but she got used to it, and he recalled her laughing at his jokes.
She got the joke.
Yeah, but I can imagine a little old Jewish mother. That's some pearl clutching right there.
That is.
In 1980, Clay had moved to Los Angeles and landed work at the Comedy Store owned by Mitzi Shore. His sets were not an instant hit, and because of his dirty act and her unwillingness to have other comics follow him, Shore had Clay perform at late hours, making him wait and perform for 10 drunks. In 1982, Clay landed his first film role in Wacko. In 1983, Clay added the Dice Man moniker to his name and no longer relied on impressions, instead creating an alter ego based on his heroes. He first used the act at the Comedy Store after he was asked to fill in for a comic who canceled their spot. He said, "I didn't have my Jerry Lewis stuff with me, so I just winged it, saying whatever popped in my head." Clay's performances at the venue led to his first sitcom role with appearances on MASH. Right?
I think I do remember him on
I
MASH.
don't. Different Strokes.
Don't remember that one.
Full-length films, Making the Grade. That sounds familiar. Pretty in Pink.
Pretty in Pink.
Yeah, of course.
I love that one.
And Casual Sex.
Don't remember him in that.
A review by Los Angeles Times critic Michael Wilmington described Clay's character Vinnie Falcone as a macho bozo from Jersey. From 1986 to 1988, he had a regular role as Max Goldman on Crime Story. Don't remember that
either.
We were just kids, though.
True.
Well, teenagers. We had better stuff to do.
I probably wasn't allowed to watch murder shows then.
No. I remember I wasn't allowed to watch, what was that show? Hill Street Blues. My parents would always go in their room to watch it. I was like...
Mine didn't watch stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what they watched. I can't.
Music. Your parents just listen to music.
Yeah. Godzilla. We watched a lot of Godzilla.
His act included a drum solo as a tribute to Buddy Rich. Clay then pursued stand-up comedy full-time as the Dice character. Clay's breakthrough came in 1988 when he performed at an all-male Big Brother Association dinner event with all of Hollywood's royalty, dressed in tuxedos, and I showed up in a black leather jacket with a flag on the back that said rock and roll. The set was a hit. The next day, 20th Century Fox offered him a film deal and entered talks with producer Joel Silver. Also in 1988, Clay performed a 7-minute set at Dangerfield's in New York City for Rodney Dangerfield's HBO stand-up showcase special Nothing Goes Right, launching him into national spotlight. In January 1989, Clay's HBO special The Dice Man Cometh appeared on HBO. I do remember that. It became a top video rental according to Entertainment Weekly. In March, he released his debut album, Dice, which was certified gold by RIAA for selling over 500,000 copies. In September 1989, Clay performed a brief set while introducing Cher at the 1989 MTV Video Music Awards. The appearance included his explicit versions of nursery rhymes and led MTV to describe him as banned for life from the network. The ban was later lifted. In December 1989, Clay performed 2 unadvertised, largely improv sets at Dangerfield, which were recorded for his second comedy album, The Day the Laughter Died, produced by Rick Rubin. In February 1990, Clay became the first stand-up comedian to sell out Madison Square Garden for 2 consecutive nights, drawing a combined audience of approximately 38,000. When Clay was booked to host Saturday Night Live on May 12, 1990, cast member Nora Dunn announced that she would not appear because she objected to his routines, and scheduled musical guest Sinead O'Connor withdrew for the same reason. Which, Sinead, okay, whatever, like, that's different. But Nora Dunn, you're a comedian too. Like, get over yourself.
You know it.
You've heard. You probably worked with Eddie Murphy. You'll be okay. Mm-hmm. Protesters interrupted Clay's opening monologue and were removed from the studio. NBC used a short broadcast delay to remove some language, although one anti-gay retort aired. The broadcast was among the highest-rated episodes of the show's 15th season. Clay first met his agent, Dennis Arfer, at Dangerfields, which led to his first HBO special, and ultimately his starring role in the 1990 film The Adventures of Ford Fairlane. He is featured on the front cover of the April 1991 issue of Penthouse, becoming the second man to front the magazine after George Burns.
I mean,
didn't see that one coming.
George Burns is pretty cool.
Well, he's another one. He was 107 our whole entire lives.
Yes.
Like, he was never young.
No.
Which just makes the Penthouse thing gross. Footage of Clay's shows at Madison Square Garden were used to produce his 1991 stand-up concert, Dice Rules. His controversial act affected the number of venues willing to screen the film. Let's see. In 1993, ABC dropped a proposed 1-hour television drama that was to feature Clay after management deemed him too controversial. Clay had signed a 1-year deal with ABC that kept him from working with other networks. Let's see. In July 1993, Clay released No Apologies, the first stand-up concert pay-per-view special. I didn't know that. It was purchased by over 250,000 homes and was the highest grossing non-sport pay-per-view event of the year. It was to feature Joey Buttafuoco, but the plan was dropped on his attorney's advice after the publicity it attracted.
Not going to say anything about Joey Buttafuoco.
He could be his own episode.
Oh, yeah. And will be.
In 95, he signed a deal with CBS, and producer Bruce Helford resulted in his starring role on the sitcom Bless This House.
Oh, yeah.
Was that a comedy?
Uh-huh.
I don't remember that. In mid-1995, Clay explained that the Dice Man character had sort of gone out of hand, which he felt happy about because it allowed him to pursue more television and film work. The situation led to a change in his stand-up act, focusing more on being a husband and a father, yet still with an edge. Let's see. All right, next is my dad's favorite.
Oh, you might want to do your diary.
Oh, yeah.
Because Larry cured to your light, we're laughing through her teenage plight. So grab your snacks and brace your soul, 'cause middle school madness out of control.
All right, so now it is time for Nicole's diary.
Nicole's diary.
Whoop, whoop. It's October 17th, 1985.
My sister's birthday. She would have been 6
No.
in 1985.
No. Tonight, me, Mommy, Anthony, who has a lot of hearts around his name. So
we love
had
Anthony.
a crush on Anthony. My stepdad and my sister went to see Sawyer Brown in concert at the Price Honda in Dover. Do you remember the band Sawyer Brown?
I do. I'm confused as to why they were at the Price Honda in Dover.
So I don't know. Like, I remember this. Like, this was a big deal to me because we watched Star Search, and that's where they got their start. They were a band on Star Search, and so I was like diehard. And then yes, I remember. You know where Price Honda is? In
I
Dover.
do.
Yep, just off to the side of the building, right there in the parking lot.
It's
They
a
set the
weird
stage
place.
up next to the car dealership, and we were just out in the parking lot.
Odd.
I know, but I remember it clear as day. It really happened, and now I have
believe you.
proof.
It's just
Now I have proof. It's in writing.
that's odd. It's an odd place to have a concert. It's just not the state fair
No.
or
Mm-mm.
I'm trying to think of any kind of an arena in Dover, which there is not.
No.
I mean, now we
A high
have like
school
Hudson
auditorium,
Fields,
maybe.
and like now we have like Hudson Fields and
The one
the other
that
one
I couldn't remember the name of the other night.
Yeah. Anyway,
Freeman
Stage.
Yes.
I worked there.
You did. All right, my next one is my dad's favorite, George Carlin.
I assumed that was going to be.
He had this album, and my dad had the big cabinet, wooden cabinet record player where he lifts the whole lid up. It was so fancy. And the speakers were built into the cabinet. Yeah, and he played this album over and over.
My dad enjoyed George Carlin.
Yes.
I think my dad saw Andrew Dice Clay in person.
Sounds like something he'd do.
Yeah.
After dropping out of high school and enlisting in the Air Force, George Carlin began taking radio jobs, eventually attracting the attention of Lenny Bruce, who helped get him appearances on the Tonight Show.
Can I just interject real quick first before I forget? Yes, my dad did go see Andrew Dice Clay. I do remember. So free nights and weekends. I don't know if that makes you love my dad even more. But that's what he was doing in that picture.
And he had...
That's what that guy does.
Yeah, exactly. And he was sporting the stash when he went to see him. I promise you that.
He was only like 10 minutes in his life where he didn't have the stash. I don't know what he looks like right now.
And it grew back in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
He shaved it and it's a...
I don't know. I haven't seen him today yet, so I don't know what he looks like.
I seriously doubt he's not.
He's probably got the Fu Manchu. He usually keeps
Fu Manchu is my favorite.
He usually keeps that.
Oh my gosh, I love a Fu Manchu.
Or a Van Dyke. I don't know. He's got the mustache and he goes all the way.
No, he does have the Fu Manchu. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Sorry, I just wanted to.
Carlin went on to become a popular stand-up comedian, author, and film and television actor. George Dennis Patrick Carlin, he's like my youngest, 2 middle names, was born May 12th, 1937 in the Bronx, New York. Carlin and his older brother Pat were primarily raised by their mother in Manhattan's Morningside Heights neighborhood. Mary Carlin, a devout Irish Catholic, worked as a secretary to support her children. When George was an infant, she left Carlin's father, Patrick, who was a national advertising manager for the New York Sun. Carlin attended parochial school, and much of his negative religious sentiment stems from his experiences as a Roman Catholic altar boy.
I was going to say he was a big atheist. Go atheists.
Yeah.
Go atheism.
Yeah. I know that growing up in church is what made me atheist.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Carlin completed 2 years of high school before dropping out in the 9th grade. In 1954, at age 17, he enlisted in the U.S. Air Force as a radar technician and was stationed at Shreveport, Louisiana. Over the next 3 years, Carlin earned his high school equivalency and moonlighted as a disc jockey at a local radio station.
Makes sense.
He would add a great voice for that.
Yeah.
He also received 3 court-martials and numerous disciplinary punishments, according to his official website.
Also, no surprise.
No. After a general discharge in 1957, he took radio jobs in Boston and Fort Worth, Texas. In 1959, Carlin teamed up with Texas newscaster Jack Burns. The pair collaborated on a morning radio show in Fort Worth before relocating to Hollywood, where they attracted the attention of the legendary Lenny Bruce.
Oh, yeah.
Are you singing the REM song now?
No.
Okay.
But he's not afraid.
No. Bruce helped Burns and Carlin secure appearances on The Tonight Show with Jack Parr. And George Carlin ended up making a total of 130 appearances on The Tonight Show.
Yeah.
Burns and Carlin eventually split up, and over the next few years, Carlin continued to make numerous appearances on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, as well as 29 appearances on The Merv Griffin Show.
He got around.
In the early 1960s, Carlin got his start as a stand-up comic by performing on the Las Vegas circuit and entertaining TV audiences. Carlin enjoyed moderate successes until the mid-70s, when he reinvented his image and adopted a less conventional, somewhat vulgar comedy routine. Carlin's scripted monologues began to represent his disillusioned attitude toward the world, in which explored the high, sensitive issues of Vietnam, politics, religion, American culture, drugs, the demise of humanity, and the right to free speech.
How about that?
So crazy. That sounds so familiar.
Yeah.
In July,
we're living it now.
Yeah. In July 1972, Carlin was arrested for violating obscenity laws in Milwaukee after his infamous routine 7 words you cannot say on television. And do you remember the words?
Not really.
Piss,
I'm sure I say them all.
Piss, shit, cunt, cock, sucker, motherfucker, and tits. I've never forgotten. I heard that album so many times. It's engraved in my brain.
There you go.
When a radio station played a recording of Carlin's 7 words routine, it sparked a legal case over obscenity regulations. They're just words people get over.
I mean, move on.
Jesus.
.org.
In 1978, the U.S. Supreme Court upheld the government's right to penalize stations that broadcast such material on public airwaves during hours 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. when young people may tune in.
What? Because they weren't certainly not saying those. In
no other way they would have ever found out if it weren't
heard those words ever.
As a self-professed atheist and avid cocaine user.
Of course.
They go hand in hand. Just kidding. I've never tried cocaine. His adversaries deemed him anti-religious and disrespectful of society. However, the comedian's new material brought him success from the younger counterculture. Carlin illustrated his anti-establishment views by being the first host of the risque TV show Saturday Night Live on October 11th, 1975.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. In 1977, Carlin starred in his first HBO comedy special, On Location, George Carlin at USC. In all, he did 14 such specials, including 2008's It's Bad For Ya. In 1990, Carlin compiled a multi-CD set that highlighted his work from the 70s titled George Carlin, The Little David Years. The collection included the albums FM and AM, Class Clown, Occupation Fool, Toledo, Window Box, An Evening with Wally Londo featuring Slazzo, and On the Road. Carlin received 2 Grammy Awards for FM and AM and Jammin' in New York, for which he won a Grammy.
Mm-hmm.
Carlin published Brain Droppings in 1997. The book included his comedic take on life, society, and politics. It spent 18 weeks on the New York Times bestseller list. Throughout his career, Carlin took on a number of comedic roles in films such as 1987's Outrageous Fortune and as Rufus and
be excellent to each other. One of my all-time, hands down, favorite movies.
Yes.
It's I like the sequel. I don't care. I don't like the new one. I saw it. It's horrible. But
it's them though, right? It's still them. I didn't watch the new one.
They did a lot of work.
Gotcha.
It's a lot of makeup or CGI or something. It's really not. But I enjoyed the second one with death, where they have to beat death.
Of course you love that.
I just enjoy a movie with death in general. Anybody who's playing the Grim Reaper, it's probably going to be a movie for me.
We're talking about Bill and Ted's in case you all haven't figured this out.
If you didn't know that, like, why are you here?
He took a more dramatic turn in The Prince of Tides, and I remember seeing The Prince of Tides in 1991. It had Nick Nolte.
Barbra Streisand.
Oh, my God.
Never seen it, never will. So not my thing. You know that the director, is it the director? Somebody involved in that movie parks his yacht in Lewis all summer long because the name of the yacht is The Prince of Tides.
I was just down on the docks at Lewis on Sunday
You might have seen it.
Yeah.
I think it sits there. I think it sits there.
After I dropped $300 on my daughter and her boyfriend for their birthday dinner,
That's expensive.
I made them go walk on the docks with me.
I would too.
All right. So my youngest is bougie.
Very.
Don't know where this came from.
I don't either.
I have no idea. But she is such a brand slut and just bougie. So we go to this restaurant that she picked out. And it was amazing food, beautiful atmosphere. The drinks were just to die for.
They better be.
I got a whipped ricotta toast where they like made toast and then like, oh God, it was so good. My daughter, we all got burgers. Thank God. That saved me from it being a $5 million bill. But they had been there before and they love their burgers. So I was like, all right, so we'll try that. So bacon smash burgers, but it came with fries and you could get toppings on your fries. And my daughter got
I can't really know.
Caviar and chives on her fries. It was really good caviar though.
This is the same kid who couch surfed.
Yes.
For like 4 years across the country.
She did. Yep.
And around here. Like, I don't think she actually had a place to live.
No. So we went Sunday night and did that. We had a really fun time. And then Monday was her actual birthday. Her boyfriend's birthday is this coming weekend. So for her birthday on Monday, he was taking her to King of Prussia Mall.
Oh.
She already had a list of 12 stores she needed to see.
Yeah. Was Gucci one of them? Louis Vuitton?
She said she is staying. She said one of her coworkers was like, girl, you need to go to Louis Vuitton and Gucci. And she was like, no, why would I get one thing when I can get a whole bunch of things?
I mean, you're not wrong.
Right. And then they went into Philadelphia, into the city, and ate at a very bougie restaurant in there that also served caviar. But yeah, I don't know. And her boyfriend now, he drives a Corvette. Mm-hmm. Last he had an Audi. Yeah. Before that, it was something else. Oh, BMW. Yeah. But he also like repairs things. Like he flips stuff. Yeah. But yeah, convertible Corvette. My daughter's like, I like it when the top's down. It's like, oh, I'm sure you do.
I don't know how we got here.
I don't know where she came from.
She wasn't like that before.
She was not. She was always just chill and laid back and cool. Like, nope. That's okay. Happy belated birthday to my lid. Let me find.
We used to call her Squidia.
We did.
That's where that kid came.
Oh my God. One time we were on a field trip and I called her Squidia on the field trip and her friends heard and started laughing. And I was like, oh my God, Lydia, I am so I just imagine it was like first grade. And I just imagine her being called Squidia throughout the rest of her school career. But she's also very chill. Like she doesn't get embarrassed or offended easily. So, and I don't think they ever called her Squidia, but yes.
Squidia.
All right. Let's see. George Carlin. That's what we're talking about.
Not Squidia.
He was also featured in Kevin Smith's film Dogma, in which he played Cardinal Glick, a fame-seeking religious figure. And he was also the voice of the Volkswagen bus in Cars, the cartoon.
Yes, he was.
In 1990s, he enjoyed success with series television. In 91, he was the voice of the train conductor on Shining Time Station.
Yes, I remember that.
And he narrated Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends through 1998. He also starred as a cab driver in The George Carlin Show from 1993 to 95.
Don't remember that.
Vaguely, it sounds familiar, but I can't picture it. In addition to his acting, writing, and recording, Carlin continued to perform about 150 dates a year on the road. That's a lot.
That is.
When you're doing all that other stuff. In 2004, he placed second behind Richard Pryor on Comedy Central's list of top 100 comics of all time. On June 17, 2008, just 5 days before his death, it was announced that he was being awarded the 11th annual Mark Twain Prize for American Humor. Carlin's first wife, producer Brenda Hasbrook, died in May 1997 from complications of liver cancer. Their 35-year marriage produced a daughter, and he is survived by his second wife. Yep. And now the last one.
What did he die of? Cancer?
It didn't. His wife died of cancer, his first wife. It doesn't say what he died from.
I'll find out. Also, I looked up Andrew Dice Clay never had any allegations. There were no negations against Andrew Dice Clay.
Even more reason to like him. I usually do that before I put anybody in a script. I go and just, I meant to really do it on Kinison. I was like,
He didn't even bother to look at it.
I don't think that was, I mean, he was a womanizer, but.
Heart failure.
Okay. It wasn't that long ago either, right?
2008.
Jeez.
So, yes.
Time flies when you're having fun.
I'll tell you.
All right. The final, my all-time favorite comedian from back then, Eddie Murphy.
I figured.
By the way, I know I mentioned it months ago when I watched it, but if you haven't watched the Netflix special about Eddie Murphy, it is so good. Not you, the audience. I know you don't care to watch it.
I don't.
Eddie Murphy began doing stand-up comedy as a teenager and later joined the cast of Saturday Night Live. At age 21, Murphy co-starred with Nick Nolte in 48 Hours, and he went on to further box office successes with Trading Places, Beverly Hills Cop, Coming to America, The Nutty Professor, and Shrek. He has continued to star in many movies, including comedies, dramas, and family films. Eddie Reagan Murphy was born on April 3rd, 1961 in Brooklyn, New York. Apparently, I have a thing for New York comedians.
Yeah, well.
It makes sense. He spent his early years in the projects of Bushwick with his father, Charles, a New York City police officer and amateur comedian. That's a shame that his father was a New York City police officer and had to live in the projects.
Right.
His mother, Lillian, was a telephone operator, and his brother, Charles, who I also loved, he passed away. Do you know his brother, Charles?
Vaguely.
You would know him from the Dave Chappelle show.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
Charlie Murphy.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was funny, too. His parents divorced when he was 3. 5 years later, his father died, and his mother went into the hospital for an extended period. When Murphy was 9 years old, his mother married Vernon Lynch, a foreman at a Breyers ice cream factory. Score.
Oh, I know.
Wish my mom would have married someone that worked at the Breyers ice cream factory.
My mom married someone who worked at the sugar factory.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't benefit.
I know. And the family moved to the primarily African-American suburb of Roosevelt, Long Island. Murphy watched a lot of television growing up and developed a great skill for impressions, doing such characters as Bugs Bunny, Bullwinkle, and Sylvester. His mother says, "I never talked in my own voice," Murphy later said. Although he was never a dedicated student, Murphy found a great form for his verbal agility in grade school, excelling in the popular game of ranking, trading witty insults with classmates. Oh, I bet they didn't stand a chance.
Nope.
He probably sent kids home crying. Murphy wasn't the only family member to develop an interest in comedy. Older brother Charlie later became a writer and actor for Chappelle's Show, the popular sketch program starring Dave Chappelle, who is also one of my favorites. He's one, too, that says sometimes, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Charlie died of leukemia in April 2017. I can't believe that's been that long either. Jeez, time flies when you're having fun.
I'll tell you.
Upon Charlie's death, Murphy released a statement. "Our hearts are heavy with the loss today of our son, brother, father, uncle, and friend Charlie. Charlie filled our family with love and laughter, and there won't be a day that goes by that his presence will not be missed." Hosting a talent show at the Roosevelt Youth Center at age 15, Murphy delighted his young audience with an impersonation of Al Green. This early success ignited a passion for showbiz, and young Eddie began working on his comedy routines after school and performing stand-up at local bars, clubs, and gong shows. His schoolwork suffered, however, and Murphy had to repeat the 10th grade.
Yeah,
I think he made out okay.
Yeah.
By doubling up on classes and attending summer and night school, he graduated with only a couple of months late. Murphy was voted the most popular boy in his graduating class. Well, he was probably the only one if he was a few months late to graduate.
Valedictorian.
Responding to the pleas of his mother, Murphy enrolled at Nassau Community College after high school and worked part-time as a shoe store clerk. He continued to perform in local clubs and eventually worked his way into such New York City venues as the Comic Strip, billing himself as a disciple of the great comedian Richard Pryor, who everyone idolized back then.
Yes.
Although his raunchy, profanity-ridden routines resembled his idols, Murphy stayed away from drinking, smoking, and drugs, and would later declare to Barbara Walters, "I don't have to sniff cocaine to make me funny." And that is that
is a surprise to me.
He has never. That's something I learned in the documentary I watched. Never.
Huh.
Not his thing. And he was on Saturday Night Live in the 70s. And 80s. I didn't think you were allowed to be on
I think
there.
you just walked into a room and the cocaine was in the air.
Exactly.
I don't think you had a choice.
When Murphy learned that the producers of the popular late-night comedy show Saturday Night Live were seeking a black cast member for the 1980-81 season, he jumped on the opportunity. He auditioned for the part 6 times and finally earned a place as an extra on the show. Murphy appeared sporadically throughout the season until one fateful night when producers realized they had 4 minutes of airtime remaining and no material. They pushed Murphy before the camera and told him to do a stand-up routine. His improvised performance was called Masterful by Rolling Stone, and Murphy became one of only 2 cast members, along with Joe Piscopo, asked to return the next season. Remember Joe Piscopo?
I do.
He kind of fell away, too. Is he still alive?
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
I'll check.
Okay. Murphy became Saturday Night Live's strongest comedic presence, creating such memorable characters as Mr. Robinson, an older version of the Little Rascals character, Buckwheat. I loved his Buckwheat.
He is still alive.
Oh, okay.
He's 75.
Oh, all right. right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love the buckwheat character.
Yeah.
And an illiterate convict and poet named Tyrone Green.
Mm-hmm.
He lived in the apartment. He also continued his skillful impersonations, adding Bill Cosby, Muhammad Ali, James Brown, Jerry Lewis, and Stevie Wonder to his repertoire. Mm-hmm. Murphy received criticism for his satirical characterizations based on Black stereotypes. I'm just going to leave that there.
Yeah.
He defended his performances, claiming that his characters were far too absurd and abstract to be taken seriously.
They have to get the joke.
Yeah, exactly. There's a running theme here.
Yes.
Despite his important role in the show's history, Murphy distanced himself from SNL for decades after leaving the cast and never appeared as a guest host, partly because of a 1995 joke by then cast member David Spade at the actor's expense. During a Hollywood Minute sketch, Spade showed a photo of Murphy and quipped, "Look, children, it's a falling star. Make a wish."
Oh, David Spade, not good.
Mm-mm. The comment was reportedly referencing the poor box office performance of Murphy's film Vampire in Brooklyn, which is fair. The biggest thing that ever came off that show. The show would have been off the air if I didn't go back on the show. And now you have somebody from the cast making a crack about my career, Murphy said later. And I did the whole neck thing while I read that. He and Spade eventually reconciled, and Murphy returned to the show for 40th and 50th anniversary specials in 2015 and 2025.
I mean, you kind of have to take the joke. Like, that's the whole point of the fucking show.
Exactly. They make fun of everybody.
Everyone. I mean, look what they did to poor Scarlett Johansson.
I know. She's such a trooper.
She is such. That was pretty brutal with her being there. Yeah.
By then, he had cemented a legacy as a bona fide movie star. In 1982, Murphy received a Grammy nomination for a live album of fresh stand-up material called Eddie Murphy Comedian. The album eventually went gold. With his star power brighter than ever, Murphy decided it was time to give the big screen a try. Later that same year, at the age of 21, Murphy landed his first major motion picture role alongside Nick Nolte in 48 Hours. I had no idea he was only 21 in that movie. He's just a little kid.
Yeah.
He approached the role with confidence and ingenuity, convincing director Walter Hill to adjust some of the dialogue to more genuinely depict a Black speaker. His charming and inspired performance as the fast-talking convict stole the film, and 48 Hours grossed over $5 million in its first week. Murphy followed this success with the 1930s-style farce Trading Places, playing alongside fellow SNL alum Dan Aykroyd. Murphy's streetwise Billy Ray Valentine becomes the victim, then the victor, of two Wall Street moguls' short-sighted bet. Paramount Pictures proceeded to sign the 23-year-old to a $25 million contract for 6 pictures, which is a lot back then, but can you imagine an actor doing 6 movies for $25 million now?
No, they don't even do one movie for that.
No. Murphy's next film, Beverly Hills Cop, in 1984, hit number 9 on the list of all-time box office hits. He played bad boy, good cop Axel Foley, a role originally slated for Sylvester Stallone. That would not have worked.
That's a different direction.
That would not have been the same movie.
That's a different direction.
His performance was a hit with fans and earned him earned him a Golden Globe nomination. Murphy went on to make Beverly Hills Cop 2 in 1987, which received mixed reviews from critics, but major rewards from the box office. Another sequel, Beverly Hills Cop 3, appeared in 1994, and proof of the franchise enduring legacy, the series was revived in 2024 with the direct sequel, Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. The latter featured legacy actors such as Murphy and Judge Reinhold, alongside new faces including Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Kevin Bacon.
I don't know that I would say those were new faces.
No.
Same.
I think I saw that movie, but I can't remember. The new one, I can't remember. Another highlight of Murphy's early acting career was the romantic comedy Coming to America in 1988, co-starring Arsenio Hall. In the film, both Murphy and Hall were able to demonstrate their comedic versatility by playing multiple characters. Audiences loved Murphy's performances, and the movie became a box office smash, grossing more than $128 million in the United States. But some of Murphy's other efforts of this period, including The Golden Child, which I liked that movie, and his directorial debut, Harlem Nights, were deemed failures by critics and audiences alike. In 1990, Murphy starred in the sequel to 48 Hours, titled Another 48 Hours. The second film did not perform as well as the first, and Murphy decided to take a break from the Hollywood scene.
Heard. And
that's the Gen X stuff of Eddie Murphy. Of course, there's a million things more, but...
Right. Shrek. The Nutty Professor.
Yeah.
Well, that was fun.
That was fun. I had a really good time doing that.
Good.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Thanks.
I was going to say something and I totally lost it. Mm-hmm. Menopause brain.
Because you took your pigtails out.
I know. That was it. My brain was like, no more today. My piggy
this means we're done.
It's bedtime, right? The piggy tails are out. No, I was going to... I just wasn't... I guess I didn't really follow ever, really, comedians.
I was always into stand-up, but my dad was, so... But Eddie Murphy, what was the one before Raw?
Don't know.
Shit.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Delirious.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Eddie Murphy's Delirious. I would say I was probably about 14 or 15 the first time I watched that. I was spending the night at my friend Carlin's house.
I was going to say, I can't imagine that would have been allowed in your house.
And her parents went to bed and we stayed up to watch TV and we watched it. And I must have watched it 1,000 times after that. That's the one with the ice cream man. Mm-hmm. And the big brown shark came in the bathtub.
I don't know what my issue is.
Joe got stuck.
I don't know what my issue is with comedians. I never really have. Even now, I don't.
That's funny. That's something I never realized about you. But yeah, it's true.
I don't.
And I, like, if I'm home and I can't find something to watch, I'll put a stand-up comedian on to see, if they're not funny, I turn them off. But
I mean, I like comedy. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
I don't know I don't know. I'm weird. Who knows?
It's okay.
Who knows what the fuck's wrong with me? This list is too long. Can I tell you what was wrong with me? I forgot. And in the middle, I remembered what horrible thing happened to me today. And I mean, not only that I had a frog leap at me out of nowhere, but
also, that's not the story?
No.
Oh, gosh.
No, that's not even the worst part of today. The frog leaping at me from the roof of my mail truck. It's very upsetting. Anyhow, I saw a snake the other day. Huh?
That sounds premeditated.
It was premeditated. Mm-hmm. Well, one of my coworkers said that the reptiles are after me. Technically, frogs are an amphibian, but I didn't correct him on that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had a snake come after me the other day. I mean, not really. I was in the truck. He was on the road. Yes, he totally can. And I think he was dead. But anyway.
Still. He could have only been there for one reason.
Yeah, and that was to scare me to death.
Exactly.
Anywho's, today I got done work early and I was like, oh, I'm so very hungry. I am going to go to Arby's because there's no Arby's down here, but there is one in Lewis. And I was like, I'm going to go. And there's only one thing that I will eat at Arby's, and that is a ham and Swiss. And they took the ham and Swiss away for a little while, and the ham and Swiss is back. So I was like, and then I was like, oh, I don't feel like fighting the traffic, blah, blah, blah. But then I was like, no, I do want it. So I take myself to the Arby's because they have the meats, and I get in my line, which there's never a line there, but anyway, I pull into the parking spot, I open my sandwich, and it looks weird, and it smelled weird, and I was like, what is weird about this sandwich? Like, this doesn't... I don't know about this sandwich. And I was smelling it and I was like, it doesn't, but I ate it because
I would have too.
I'm a garbage human being.
And you paid for it.
And and I'm not going back through the line.
No,
I'm not going in and being like, something's wrong with this because I couldn't pinpoint what was wrong with it until I had about 4 bites left. Because the whole time I'm eating it, I'm very disappointed because I want a ham and Swiss and something is clearly off about this ham and Swiss. And trust me, I can tell the difference between ham brands.
Yeah.
That's how crazy I am.
Yeah.
Like I can tell.
Yep.
I can tell. I know when it's Hunt's and when it's Heinz. Anyway, I finally figured out what the problem was. Do you want to know what the problem was?
It was roast beef.
No. Worse. It was corned beef.
Oh.
Because it did look like ham. And that's what was throwing me off. I was like, it looks like ham, though.
I would have puked.
I don't mind corned beef.
Oh,
it wasn't the sandwich I
corned
expected. So.
And you didn't get food poisoning?
I mean, it was literally like 3.5 hours ago. So I don't know.
Oh, it takes 6 hours for that to kick
Yeah.
in.
So I don't know. I could die, but I'm 99% sure it was corned beef.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
I didn't even know they had corned beef, but I guess they do because they probably have Reubens. And then I wasn't sure. Did I order wrong? Because I don't go to Arby's very often. So then I was like, I ordered a number 13. Is a number 13 like not what I wanted? Like, did I order incorrectly?
I know. I always doubt myself too. That happened to me. I always blame myself over. Oh, I ordered chicken cheesesteak from my favorite place. Like typically every payday, I order this a chicken cheesesteak and fries from this place. And I got a beef, which is fine. I like beef, but I love their chicken cheesesteaks.
That's what I'm saying.
And I was like, I must have hit the wrong thing. I didn't even go back and check. I just assumed it was my fault.
I was fully prepared for a ham and Swiss sandwich. And what I got was a corned beef and Swiss, which are two different things.
Yes.
But very similar if they come from Arby's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. It's not quality ham and it's not quality corned beef. So
Arby's is the only roast beef that I will eat.
I don't like.
I'm not a roast beef fan.
I probably would have gone in if it was roast beef and been like, I don't know if I fucked this up because I don't come to Arby's very often. But
so you literally couldn't have even eaten
roast beef. No, I can't eat roast beef sandwiches.
I can't eat anything roast beef, but theirs.
It's weird.
It's so good.
Anyway.
But it depends on if they cut it right. Some stores cut it really thin, which is what I like, and some cut it too thick, and then I don't like it.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I don't mind corned beef. Wasn't what I was prepared for.
Irish in you.
It's not what I was prepared to eat.
Okay,
so now I'm sad.
Same here. I don't mind a beef cheesesteak. It's just wasn't what I was prepared for.
Wasn't what I was prepared for. All right. Well, everybody, thanks for listening.
Yes,
thanks
thank you
for humoring me about my dead eagle and my corned beef sandwich that was not ham. It's not even the same animal. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
You can find us on all the socials. You like whatever pod. You can go to our website, www.likewhateverpod.com. You can find us wherever you find podcasts. You can send us an email about how corned beef is not as good as ham when you're expecting ham and it is not corned beef. Or you can tell me that you would be happy with corned beef. I don't know what your deal is. Or not. No, you can send us an email about all that to likewhateverpod@gmail.com or don't like whatever.
Whatever.
Bye.
We'll take you back. It's like